Hello there, my Kingdom Rush buddies. Today we have a fantastic level. This is the ice level. It is extremely tough to say the least, and I think the biggest problem is the fact that they come from the top up there, and they have these little sleds, and then they slide on and down in here, and it's a bit troublesome and a little bit tough to deal with at certain times. Now what I did was I actually started off with a Tesla coil, which I felt like the Tesla coil is one of the best ways to deal with these grouped guys, but at the same time, I think what really takes the cake in how well you can play this game is if you use your reinforcements in the correct way. If you notice, I actually use my reinforcements not on the ice, but I actually use them on the little section out in the, like middle boony area that's like right to the right of my Tesla coil, because that's where these little sledder guys come out in. And they're not really very fun to deal with. So I'm actually going to go really, really heavy on my Tesla coil upgrades, and these trolls are actually really not that bad if you do end up doing that. Now, one thing that I actually did wrong with this video is I actually ended up not using Hacksaw enough in the early game. I should have just sent him over to attack some of these trolls over on the right side, anywhere, or even just throw him up in the middle there and have him attack the sled guys. Should have done that. I didn't do it, and now look what level he is. He's only level 1. Obviously, with Rain of Fires, as usual, you guys should know by now, use them, right before you send out the next wave, and obviously we got it back like 80% of the way already. We're going to get it back really darn quick. Your next few towers are probably going to end up being some sort of mage towers, but you can go with barracks towers if you wish. Now, you can get a couple of those guys to kind of block them in here next to the Tesla coil, but they don't help versus those sledders very much. Very much being the key word there. But if it's okay, it's really not that bad. You can usually take care of most of these guys. Now you can see that Hacksaw is actually doing a pretty solid job actually killing these guys. But again, it's just, oh my goodness gracious, those spear guys, they're just freaking ridiculous, man. They take care of everything so easily. It's pretty crazy. So quite a few magic towers, as you can probably tell. We're going to go with quite a few of those, and I think I'm actually going to get an artillery tower on the middle left side over there, because that's, the two main areas where these guys are going to come through. They kind of most of the guys make a cross. They come from the top and they leave down in the left bottom, then most of the guys that come from the right bottom leave out in the left top. And then obviously this little sledder guys are the only guys that leak through the bottom. They don't randomly change directions and just go whatever way they feel like. It's not the way it works. All sledders come straight from the top, go straight down the bottom. The other two just crisscross and end up going to the left side over there. So I got a lot of these low-level mage towers. They're really not that helpful at the moment. They're just kind of there just to help slow down these guys a little bit and, just maybe do something every once in a while. But really what takes the cake is the Tesla coil. The Tesla coil is, again, my favorite tower in the game. I love to go with them. They are just absolutely stupendous in most situations. You really can't go wrong with the Tesla coil. That's the best way I can put it. Only way you can go wrong with it is if you build way too many versus very strong guys. And then it can actually be a little bit of a problem. But usually it's not that bad. Usually you can take care of them pretty easily. More trolls. So there's actually a lot of trolls on this level. A bit surprising. At how many trolls came out. But I really didn't even build anything else besides the Tesla coil. I mean, it's just like a few little mage towers in here, but it's still just, like, I haven't really built a lot of stuff to help kill these things. The Tesla coil is just taking them all down. So the problem with these sledder guys is the fact that they cannot be stopped on the ice. So when they can't be stopped on the ice, if you notice, if they leak, right through where all my reinforcements are right now, if they leak just to that next ice spot, it's just boom, they slide right on down, and there's no way you're going to stop them. If there's any reasonable amount there, they're just going to slide right on through and destroy you. So you have to stop them right where my reinforcements are right now. You have to stop them before they get that far. Now here is where the problem area arose, because I have Hacksaw only level 2, and he is dying and stuff, because he should have been a higher level by the time he got to round 7. Bit upsetting, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to take care of him. We're going to have to start leveling him up just a little bit more, but just level 2, really? I mean, I was expecting to get... Normally, what I want to do is I want to get them up to level 4, and if I get them up to level 4, I can use my insta-kill on those big, tree lugger guys. Those guys are pretty darn tough to deal with. I don't know their names because I've only seen them once before, and obviously this is a post-commentary, so I can't just click on them because I don't know. I just don't know, guys. So we went with a lot of Arcane Wizards here in the mid-game, and the reason why I do that is usually just for damage. They got some of the best damage output in the game besides Tesla coils, but also you need to mix it up a little bit. You can't just go straight Tesla coils the entire time, because if regeneration guys come out or something like that, you're probably going to end up not doing so hot. And all these trolls are regeneration guys, and even though the Tesla coil does do a decent amount of damage to these regenerators, not so much versus the guys who have 2,500 health and regenerate at the same time, so that's why you need Arcane Wizards and stuff. Now we're going to move on through here, and we are going to get our artillery and stuff up. Now what I thought was going to happen was actually I thought some random wolves or something were going to try and like go on the ice and just make a sharp turn and go down that little corner down there, and that didn't happen, and that's why that barracks tower is actually not worthless, but you definitely didn't need it. And if I wanted to, I could move those guys just up to, just to the left of the tower instead of to the right of the tower, and you might do a little bit more damage. But overall, meh, doesn't really matter too much. Don't matter too much, just sell the barracks tower, just don't get in the first place if you don't want to. Now, there's a lot of wolves over here, oh my goodness gracious, a lot of wolves. Send out this next wave right away. There's a lot of random guys coming out here, though. Oh my goodness, trolls and all that good stuff. Lots of wolves as well. What they're trying to do with these wolves is they're really trying to just, cause some damage. So here you go, we got a big logger coming in here, and we're just hopefully going to screw him to death, man. He's pretty strong as well, though. That's probably one of the biggest issues that I'm having, is that these guys are not just good at surviving. They kill Hacksaw pretty fast as well. And Hacksaw is like a tanky guy. He's one of the tankiest champs you can get. And if they're taking him down that quickly, and he doesn't do that much damage to him over time, it's a little bit of a sticky situation there. A little bit of a sticky situation, but we should be able to handle it. So more trolls. It's just a troll heaven today. Just trolls all over the place. Like, obviously, when you have to fight trolls, what the heck do you do versus trolls? Well, you got to get strong towers. Don't get a lot of low-level towers. In most circumstances, I usually tell people, unless you can get a Tesla coil, you actually want more low-level towers than high-level towers, for the most part. When you get your archer towers and stuff, you want more second-tier and third-tier towers than, like, one fourth-tier tower. That's usually the way it works out. It's just a little bit stronger, and you do more damage that way. Again, more flying guys, very, very easy wave. You can never gonna get a really hard flying wave. I've almost never gotten one, I don't think, ever. But that's because I also use Tesla coils, which can attack the air, and that's one reason why I think the Tesla coils are maybe just a little bit overpowered. It's just the fact that they can attack air guys as well. If they didn't attack air guys, I'd be like, okay, I have to build a lot more archer towers and mage towers and stuff, and actually probably have a little harder time against them. I don't know, probably. Round 12 already. Ooh, very quick indeed. Got to round 12 really fast. I mean, normally we're trying to chug on through here and get through 16 waves in about 20 minutes or so, but no, not today, man. We're gonna finish this game in about 13, 14 minutes or so. So I accidentally screwed the wrong guy. Not the end of the world, but it's just not as fantastic as I might like. Hacksaw again trying to level up, just leveling up so ridiculously slow and dying very, very quickly. Extremely upsetting. Now what we're going to do is, because of these stronger guys, I'm going to get some teleports up. I'm a bit worried that these guys are going to just sneak right through my entire defense without me killing them, even with all these Arcane Wizards and stuff trying to attack them. I'm going to Rain of Fire in the back here. Awesome shots. We Rain of Fired those guys, killed most of them, and at least did a lot of damage to them, and now we're going to start upgrading all of our Archer Towers just for that little extra bonus amount of damage over time. And I did decide to send out the next wave just a little bit earlier, because most of these guys are almost dead already. It looked like it was going to be a pretty easy wave anyways, so I wasn't too worried about the game overall. And then I actually see a lot of these troll champions, I believe, the guys that throw axes. Those guys are pretty difficult to actually deal with, but if you have enough Tesla coils, or if you have 1 Tesla coil, 2 Tesla coils, or even 3 Tesla coils, it's not going to be a problem at all. I think 1 Tesla coil should be enough, but oh my goodness gracious, look at all these little wolves. Look at them all. But our Tesla coils, again, fan-freaking-tastic job, took them all down. But that was just a lot of them. That was probably the most white wolves that I've seen in any level so far. A lot of troll champions still, and it looks like they were not as big of an issue as I thought they were going to be, but they did get pretty far. They did get pretty far, guys. Alright, so now we got a couple Ranger Towers over here. Now that's going to be some extra damage over time again. And you know what I'll also like to get? I would also like to get the Wrath of the Forest upgrades for them as well. But, obviously, mix and match your upgrades a little bit. Don't go all Ranger Towers, all Wrath of the Forest, and then realize that you don't have enough magic or your Tesla coils are still poorly upgraded. Obviously, mix it up and match a little bit, and you'll be pretty darn set, guys. Big combo of destruction right in the middle there. You can tell it's just like as soon as they get to that little choke point right in the middle there, they're dead. And I'm not even using Hacksaw in the middle there. I mean, obviously, if I didn't want to level him up anymore, I would just put him in the middle there. But I'm actually trying to level him up just a little bit, and that's why I do have him over on the right side over there. It's a little bit sad because he dies extremely fast because all these troll champions just keep throwing their axes out his head, and they kill him. They just blow his head up. His head just exploded. Put it that way. It's like driving over his head with a car. Oh my, these wolves, man. Look at these wolves. Absolutely ridiculous. But it's okay. It's okay. We're dealing with it. And wave 15 already. Oh my goodness gracious. Wave 15 looks like it's going to be a bit difficult. But I am going to start getting a few of these death rays. And I was hoping that the death rays were going to deal with these stronger log guys just a little bit better. Because there is quite a few of them, actually. There's quite a few of them. And then beyond that, I'll probably end up getting, you know, maybe a few more archer towers and stuff like that as well. So it looks like all these guys are converging all right in the middle there, but we should actually take most of them down by the time they get to the middle there. We don't even really need a choke point, we just need a death point. Complete death point for us today. Oh man, look at those slaughter guys go. Oh my god! Oh my goodness gracious, that was pretty tight. Not even gonna lie, that was extremely tight. I thought we were gonna die, for sure. But we didn't, so that's good. That's good. There's a lot of sledders here. I guess, you know what, I guess I'll just rain of fire right in the middle here to deal with some of these guys so we can actually take care of the sledders and not have to worry about it too much. And the final wave is ready to come out. Oh my goodness. So, in hindsight, what did I think about this boss? Actually, I thought this was the hardest boss that I have to fight so far. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say the hardest boss. I would just say it required the most micro. For sure. Most bosses, you're just kind of like, well, what do I do? Move Hacksaw on the way. Build some reinforcements. Use the rain of fire. Just like a normal game. But for this one, he does not get hurt unless you have guys in front of him. Now, that means his attack is not that fantastic. I mean, it's pretty decent. But look at that. You cannot hurt him unless you get things in the way. So what I had to do was I actually sold that. Got a barracks tower instead. And I'm going to use Hacksaw as well, obviously. But I got these 3 guys in the way, you know, hopefully, and then what I was doing was I was actually upgrading them so 3 new guys pop out every single time. But it doesn't really work out perfect because Hacksaw is not, you know, very high at all. He's only level 5, and this is where I really wish that I had a higher level Hacksaw. So we're going to, you know, upgrade our barracks again, get these guys popping out all over the place. Hopefully they can last a little bit longer. Also use the reinforcements, upgrade them again, have them pop out again. Just keep this guy busy. That's what you need to do. And then even right after that, go for another Holy Order. Oh my goodness gracious. So this is what I ended up doing. And then I was like, you know what, I still got a bunch of money over here. I'm actually going to sell this and buy another one. Get him over here, and obviously just do the same thing. Build your reinforcements, just keep upgrading them. Put Hacksaw back in the way if you want to. I just ended up using the Rain of Fire on the other guys, so my towers could actually attack this guy. And I didn't want to use the Rain of Fire on him himself, because I didn't want these guys to just get in the way, you know, and have them, because you can do more damage to, you know, like 15 guys rather than 1 boss guy. But usually I end up using it on the boss guy, just because there's not that many guys all the way surrounding him. But pretty darn crazy indeed. And we almost killed him, and now Hacksaw is again just doing pretty darn solid, just keeping him busy for a while. You know, obviously we can move him away, use the reinforcements again, and maybe just use Hacksaw a little bit better instead of just the reinforcements and or the barracks tower. But the barracks tower is obviously having like these guys just pop out really basically perfect timing. Hacksaw is back in the action, and we are going to be able to take these guys down. Perfect Holy Order action. Goodness gracious. Anyways, that is going to be all I'm going to have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed. We just got to clean up a few more of these little sledder guys. But again, like I said, it was more micro required than most bosses. You know, you didn't just let him die. You actually had to do stuff against him. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please press that little like button. I appreciate that a bunch. If you haven't subscribed yet, look at me. Look at me right now. Do that right now, because that would just be plain fantastic. And have a super duper delicious day.